here our 8th meeting for this class, and I'll share my screen. Let me see. Oops. What happened here? The infinite. What happened here? No. Excuse me. Okay. Okay, now it's correct. Control H. Control R. Different today. Can you see my presentation?
I can see it.
Okay. Okay. It is very short because I made a resume for JavaScript method, but there's other informations for other sites. But I was thinking about this JavaScript method. And JavaScript methods are the actions that can be performed on objects. JavaScript method is a property containing a function definition. You remember what are functions? Okay. Oh man. They are functions stored as object properties. And this is an example for properties and values we are using for our codes. For example, we have properties called first name, last name, age, or other properties. And each properties, we have a value to add in our property. For in this example, we have first name for John, have last name for Doi, age 50, and the eye color is blue. And this is a function and method to call when he will return his first name and the last name for us when I call this function. We have this example when we create an object method with the following syntax. We have a method name, after we have the function, and we have our code lines. Object with the following syntax again: object name dot method name, open and close parentheses. We will typically describe full name as a method of the present object and full name as a property. The full name property will execute as a function when it is invoked with parentheses. This example accesses the full name method of a person object. I have name equal parent dot full name and close parentheses. This is an example for a code when we create to call first and last name for this person called John Doe. Can you see my example?
Yeah, I can see it. I just I'm just looking over it real quick.
Yeah, I can see it too.
Okay. In this example, we have 5 variables. Excuse me, four variables. The first name, the last name, the ID, and full name. And for full name, we have this function. When I return this the first name and the last name for this person. Okay.
So how is this different than an array? So I remember, doing arrays earlier, and they seem similar, other than just specifying array.
Okay. The difference between these 4 arrays, because array is a count. We count our codes. For example, starting with 0, and if you write a condition, when our code we write then, for example, we have, if it was array, we will roll. I would write like this.
Oh, hang on. I see what you're saying. I just didn't see that this was inside of the the variable as person. So they're just specifying more this variable. Never mind. Carry on.
Okay, so this is other kind of example to call our methods. For this example, we don't use the parentheses to call, for example, the full name for this person. This the same example, but we don't use the parentheses for call this full name for this person. Can you see the difference? Is the line document.get element by ID. This is the difference between examples. I'll back again to show the difference. See the difference here? After full name, here I use a parenthesis. For other example, you don't need to use parentheses, but all code is the same. What this means? We can use or not use parentheses to call a function for this kind of method. This example use the to uppercase method of the string object to convert a text to uppercase. For my other class, we are using this to uppercase a lot because we have a lot of conditions when using can enter letter. For example, if we enter X letter as lowercase, automatically the code change to uppercase. In this example, we have 2 variables, one called message and the other called X. For variable message, we have the famous hello world. And for X variable, we have a message dot to uppercase. The value of X after execution of the code above will be hello world. But
So uppercase it puts all of them in uppercase. There isn't one that just does like the first letter of each word.
no, all letter, all words. I'll back again. And in this example, we write hello world in lowercase, okay? Except the letter H, because the first letter of the phrase have uppercase. But original, this message was writing hello world all in lowercase. But when you use this method to uppercase all phrase or all letter, we change to uppercase. In this example, this code will return the hello world all in uppercase. Is it okay?
Yeah, that's cool.
Okay. In my other class, we use this a lot because user can enter a letter using lowercase, but automatically change for uppercase. It's very important because if our code don't advise user to use uppercase letter, this will change for us automatically. This is very important for our codes using this to uppercase. This help a lot our development.
So the value of X will be this. It won't just temporarily uppercase it all.
Yeah.
Okay, just checking.
Let me give an example. For example, we have my menu game, for example. We have letter X for exit, S to start game. Let me write here, S to start, X to exit, L for load game, for example. In our code for our other class, we use always uppercase. But for example, user type S lowercase to start game. Originally, our code accept S as uppercase. When I use this method to uppercase, even he or she type S as lowercase, automatically their method call this function and change this lowercase to uppercase, and the code interpret the correct enter. In this example, he or she typed the S as lowercase. The method up to uppercase change to S as uppercase, and our code you execute what the user wants to enter. In this case, as an example, I did is start the game, and the other letters is the same. Adding new methods to an object is done inside the constructor function. This is an example. We have a function called pattern, and between parentheses we have the methods. In the example, we have first name, the last name, the age, and eye color. dot first name, last name, age, and eye color. You receive each method, each one, first name, last name, age, eye color. And we have the last to change name, and we write a new function, and we have a method called name, and the last name you change for name. For example, the change name function assigns the value of name to the person's last name property. In this example, my mother dot change name for Doi. Or Do. JavaScript knows which person you are talking about by substituting this with my mother. We have this example. Can you see this example?
Yes, I can see it.
Okay. Yeah, I can see it.
This script for the same for this slide, when I wrote this function, okay, is the same for that slide. We create a new variable called my mother, and we call any other function called the person. We have the method used here, and this code will answer for us. My mother's last name is, in this example, it's Riley. Any questions for this example?
No, it makes sense. It's just it's a little more basic than what we've been doing lately. So,
hey, it's the basic for all.
Right.
Okay.
Yeah, makes sense to me too.
Okay. And finished my presentation for tonight.
Awesome, good job, Evaldo.
Thank you.
You did a good job of explaining it.
This site, w3schools.com, that's very good for our learning.
I use it all the time. I love that site.
I use this a lot for our class for the last semester.
Mm-hmm.
Hey guys, I have a good news for you. I'll start a new job in Monday.
Yeah.
What are you doing?
Yes, after 6 months unemployed, I will start my job.
That's awesome.
What are you going to be doing?
I was called for my last job for other function.
You're gonna be doing what you did for your job?
Excuse me, I did not understand because your sound is freezing.
Oh.
Can you repeat again, please?
Yeah, you're going back to your last job. Is that what you said?
Yeah. Yes.
Oh, cool.
I was very happy because my coordinator said, you made a good job here, and you are calling again to continue your job here.
Yay, that's awesome.
I think that you are know about our economic tax, excuse me, economic issues in Brazil for the company when I job work to the government, and because this crisis, my eyes was all closed, and about 21 employers was fired, and me too. For now, I start again because the things in Brazil perhaps start to be better now, and the companies are hiring again, and I'm very content because I am very worried because that money for the next year I would stop to study in BYU, but now I will continue study for the next semester. I'm very, very, very happy for this.
That's awesome, Osvaldo.
It's the first time when I stay for a long time without job. I never experienced this issues, but this challenge for our growth in our life, and our heavenly Father knows what to do. I learn a lot this time, and I have time to study for other classes too. And now I need to adapt my time to continue study. And because I'm very worried because our next week, because we start our app for our next week, and the other weeks because we have more 6 weeks to finish our course, and we need to think about our app to development for our class for next week and for last week for this class. Brother making you was asking for our app while development. I don't know what to do. Perhaps I can use what I'm making for other class. We are development a game for RPG text called Star Wars. Unhappy my original group for that class. Everyone dropped the course, and I was alone, and I changed of team. My original game was about the Book of Mormon, but now my new group are development a game called Star Wars, and I don't know you, but I'm a Star Wars fan. Yes, do you? Are you Brother Casey? Star Wars game, Star Wars move or game?
Well, I think that when it comes, the problem is, what if we get a different assignment than that?
Do we get to pick, or is the teacher assigning us?
I don't even know. I don't think he said anything about it. So
yeah,
whether or not we're getting assigned or if we're going to choose, I guess none of us will know until that day. But I guess now we're going to be down one team member, so this is going to be a little bit more interesting.
Yeah.
This class for me is very different of other because we have an order to tasks. We have a kind task to do, but for this class we need learn teach one another and think and do everything alone. We have done I forgot my idea. I cannot think in Portuguese because I lose my think.
Happens to me all the time.
For this class, we need to learn to alone and teach and try to teach one another what I learned. This is the very difficult for in these classes. But I like this change because it's different for other classes. I know I was reading for other students because they hated this class. But I confess, for in the beginning, it was, oh, this was not what I think about this course. But now I'm very happy with this course because I can learn a lot, even alone. But when in this meeting, we share one another what I learned, this helped us a lot. And I think this is the purpose of this course. What do you think about?
I think it's interesting. I would say that just the way that this is structured, I wish that there were a little more structure, like, okay, this one, topic one, cover in this week, and then do this. Like, instead, it's just, here's a code topic, and it's almost like you have to do digging about what you're supposed to do, which is a lot different than what I've had for other classes. Other classes says, okay, this assignment from this question to this question is due at this time. So I find it different because of that.
Yeah, no, I think it's really cool, being able to have like the support group and all of us working together and sharing with each other. I just, like Casey, I just wish it was more detailed with what was expected of us and, how to make sure we're on track with what we've done.
I do get that feeling of like, am I on track? Am I behind? Am I ahead? Yeah. You really don't know. And in my experience, for just the work that I have done, the different odd jobs that I've had, they say, okay, go and do this. They don't really care how it's done. I mean, yeah, there's probably a right way to do it, but as long as you get the job done by the deadline, that's all that they care. Mm-hmm. Because that's kind of what careers are like. Okay, you have this task, now execute it within, a timely manner. This one, on the other hand, says, okay, here's a whole bunch of stuff, and it almost like, that's it.
Yeah, it's like, have fun with it.
Yes. This is the challenge for this course, and let me remember, the broke our mind, our what I need to do. I mean, I'm lost, but now I can understand the purpose of this class. And we have a book to read. I confess, I don't read the book yet because I was very worried with our topics to present in our meeting. But for the next, in other weeks, we need to read this book and think an app to develop for the last weeks. And I'm a little worried because we need to run a lot because we have 6 weeks to conclude. But I believe we are able to do this because teaching one another about these topics in this class, for me, helped me a lot to understand some concepts about arrays, methods, functions, and the other things about JavaScript. And I learned JavaScript for my first semester in this year, and I have a little knowledge about JavaScript. I'm no expert in JavaScript, but I learned a lot with you, and I believe I'm able to develop with you a great app for our class.
Yeah.
And we need to present this app for our tutor. I think for the last week I believe.
I think that's right. Have any of you guys done the journal entries or the I don't even know what it is, like having him assess you?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, I've just been going through on my own. I mean, I think the journal is just a collection of everything you've done, but don't take my word for it because I know just as much as you do.
Okay, yeah. No, I've been, as I've been going through it, I've been, kind of writing down what I've been learning, which I think is what that is. But I'm not really sure if that's something we're supposed to be turning in, and if so, like how we do that. Maybe I'll just shoot Brother Klein like a huge email this week and be like, can you like lay it all out for me here?
I don't know when I submit our journal, and perhaps I can ask for Brother Klein when because for other class we have a place when we can submit our things, but I believe you look for our codes submitted in GitHub, because he said for me this when I asked for him in an email. I share with you in Hangout, and he said he looked for our codes and for what we doing for our class, and we need to submit for GitHub. Because for this, I asked for you that you need, and it includes me too, to continue our talks and submit our examples, our presentations for GitHub, because he will look for what you doing in our class. For the next week, we stop with our talks. We need to think about what we will develop for our class. And I challenge everyone, and me too, to ask Brother Klein what I will do for the other weeks, because we need to run a lot to complete our tasks. Okay?
Hello.
I accept your challenge, Waldo. Hey, McNeil.
Hey, McNeil, are you alive, man?
Yes, I was still there. I was listening to all your words, so I can't have my camera now because I have connection issue with my laptop, so I am now on my smartphone. So I am just following you on my smartphone.
Okay.
I was listening to your challenge, Edvaldo, so I accept it. And even if you don't see me on the hangouts on here live streaming, don't worry, because I am still working. I am still watching.
Okay. Oh, Brother McNeil, perhaps you have the same issues for my laptop. For example, yesterday my camera was not working for Hangout, but today is working. I don't know if you are insider for Microsoft, because I am an insider, and each week I receive a new build for Microsoft, and sometimes these calls issues using some programs. What I did, I just restart my laptop, and all is working now. Perhaps you can make the same. I don't know if you work with you, but perhaps this this fix your problem, or you can try download a new drive for your webcam. I don't know, because I was watching you. I saw you trying to connect your cam. I saw your face for a few times in our meeting tonight, but now I just can hear you, but I excuse me, I can watching you now. But I'm very happy that you are watching us, fun with us, learning with us, studying with us, and as we need to prepare for our next weeks to develop our apps for our class, and this will be a great challenge to do. And I believe that all are able to this. I'm happy our brother Lewis dropped the course. This was a great member for our team, but we need to continue it. He was a great team member for our group, but we need to continue to develop our class. What do you think about Brother McLeod? Are you there, Brother McNeil?
His connection's not very good, so he may have dropped out again.
Yeah, for me, he appeared. Oh no, now excuse me. Now
he just left.
now. Okay, guys. Any questions for this tonight?
Nope, not for me.
We can meet for the same time for the next week, but in today's Friday. For Thursday, for next week.
Yeah.
I have a little challenge for the next week because in the United States we start the winter time for this Sunday, and our time difference will be 5 hours.
Ah, that's late for you.
Yes, now we have 4 hours, but for the next week. But for me, no problem. I'll survive, no problem. But we need to continue at the same time because 6 p.m. for me will be oh man, 11 p.m. and our meeting must be about 1 hour, 1 hour and a half, because I can't go to the bed in the midnight.
Yeah, with my schedule, I could meet earlier. I don't know about if that works for anybody else, but
I might be able to meet it. It depends on the day of the week for me, okay. But 5 could be, I mean, an hour earlier would be okay. Some nights, other nights it wouldn't work. So it just depends on what night we want to choose or if we want to keep it to Thursdays.
Okay.
I'm not worried about I'm not a little worried because always I awake 4 hour and a half a.m. every day. But for new job, I will work 9 a.m. I have time to rest, have time to restore my sleep. Don't worry about it. But we need to continue in the same time because
you froze, Edvaldo. Did he freeze for you?
What are
Katie?
you discussing about?
Yeah, he looks like he's frozen, dropped out.
Yeah.
Discussing about the schedule.
Yeah, but I think that for now, I think he just was gonna say, let's just keep it to the same for now.
Yeah, that's not the same.
I mean, Yeah, it is pretty late for him, but I don't know. Unless we can have unless we can come to an agreement some other time. But
It was hard enough picking out the first time.
Yeah. So I think with that, our meeting is over, unless either of you have anything to say.
Nope.
Because it looks like he dropped out.
We are still meeting Thursday at the same time.
Yeah, let's keep it like that unless we have something change. And if that's going to happen, then let's just have a conversation about that, and we can figure that out at a later time. Okay.
Okay. I have another question before going. So, did you post everything you got on GitHub?
I have some things to finish up this week. So all the things that I have my name on right here, I'm going to finish uploading those by this time next week.
Yeah, same with me. All of my my presentation and my code that I've made, I put everything. Yeah, I would just put everything you have on GitHub.
I will try to connect to GitHub and see if.
Okay, so can anyone stop the recording now, or is it just? Oh, you there?
Elvado, return.
There you go.
Excuse me, but
Yes.
my connection was lost. I was using 3G for my smartphone too.
Oh.
I don't know why, but sometimes the operator wants to try fix switching this time, and sometimes I lost my connections. I don't know if what problem this caused for our transmission for tonight. I hope that all is okay, because we need to submit our video in our community. Okay, guys. Thank you again for our meeting tonight. And after this broadcast, I'll share our meeting in our Google Plus. And I see you for the next time and for next week. Okay.
Okay, sounds good.
Okay. Anything else we got to cover tonight, or I think I've covered everything. Anybody else have anything else?
Okay. Good evening for all, and I see y'all the next time. Okay. Bye-bye.
Okay.
Bye.
Sounds good. Night, everyone.
Stopping our broadcast now.